Kyrgyzstan. This is not in, Allah knows best, but this is my own conclusion because only the absolute knowledge Allah knows. But whatever knowledge I have, I think is in Kyrgyzstan next to China. So this is a Kyrgyzstan is the poorest country on the face of the earth. I think it's number one or number two. All the richest countries you have is the poorest country on the face of the earth. They're poor people. They have cattle, they have flocks. They have these rams and lelas and bakriyans and goats. Whatever they use that, and it's an open country, open field. So there's no houses. There are only small people, about 2 million people. I think that's the total population. I don't know how much it is, but at that time it was quite less. And then what happened was that they have, and also Allah mentions that he in the Quran that Zulkarnain met a people who have no shelter. So these are the people. I think in Kyrgyzstan is an open. They have no shelter. They have tents. Even in the 19th century, I remember I did a research when I was in Lahore or in Sunderland or London, is that I saw that they had photos that in 1914 or 19 sometime in 18th century or 18, they had tents. So they have no shelter, they have no houses, they have open fields, they have flocks, they're ordinary people. They have got a lot of manpower at that time. But what has happened is that they have flocks and all that, cattle and herd and all that. And they've got loads of vast of land, which they agriculture. And it's a hot country. You see, it's a hot country, and out of 365 days, there's 245 days of sun. It gets cold in winter, but it's a hot country. In summer, it likes to live in open field. So this is the place where I think, according to my knowledge, that is Kyrgyzstan, which is next to Russia and China. Now, this is mentioned in the Quran. So this wall is still there. You can have a chance. You go there. You ask people, where is the wall? And there's a small lake as well. But this murky water is the water is it's towards the Black Sea. That is Black Sea is known as murky and dull water. But that is not my talk. My topic is where's the wall. So the wall still exists as if today, inshallah, and you can have a chance to go to Kyrgyzstan. Should visit there, take photographs, put it on the internet, and inshallah show me as well. So this in Kyrgyzstan, the wall. So the Zulkarnain went there. These people were there, and these wild tribes from Scythians, from China, from Russia, these China Mongolians, and all these used to make inroads. And this is the same Silk Road as that Chinese are building. So it's the same one. And so in the older times there was the Scythian, then there was the Qing dynasty, and this is all at that time. And they used to come and they couldn't go through the barrier. And this is a metaphoric view. There's no one under the people. There's no one living. These are human beings, and on top of it. Now, who are the Gog and Magog? Yajooj and Majooj. Yes? So that's another discovery I make, which is going to be a bit hard to swallow. But inshallah, this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you knowledge and understanding. So I've told you the place of the mountains. Some say that in Samarkand, between Samarkand and India. Some say Azerbaijan and Armenia. But according to me, it's Kyrgyzstan. Because the next border is China. And according to me, my research, my knowledge, and whatever I have learned over the years, and I've been following Chinese, for a long time. And I told you in the previous video in coronavirus that these people don't believe in God. They eat anything, cats, dogs, snakes. They take everything, anything moving. Wherever these workers, they work probably in Pakistan, they kill all the, they take all the trees away. They take all the, the animals. They eat animals, dogs, cats. They eat everything. So it's a big nuisance, but I know the Pakistanis are saying that their friendship is like Himalaya or like the Everest mountain, but I'm afraid they will come down like Allah says they will come from every slope, and you will see and that they will come from every slope. So according to my research, is China the Gog and Magog. Yajooj and Majooj is the present day China. I don't want to go back in the history who said what, but this is a modern, day, 21st century. The present day China, the People's Republic of China, are the new Yajooj and Majooj of the present time, of the modern time, and they will rule the world. And I'll give you an example because I've been following them. I told you in coronavirus they eat everything. They eat everything. They even eat humans. You wouldn't believe this. They eat the babies. They eat the placenta of women when and the baby is delivered. So they have these capsules they found in North Korea or South Korea. I think they intercepted. They eat everything. So because they don't believe in God, and Allah has given them power, and no man, no civilization will ever defeat them. So just consider America is finished, Europe is finished. Now the new leader of China, whoever Xi Jinping they call, he is the leader, and if he goes, then there will be other leaders, and they will take over the world. And I've seen in the last 40 years when I was studying, and these people, I think they were saying, oh, those team or Malia Sibadis, and they will eat the dogs and cats. And I said, these people are funny because they eat snakes, and if they blood is made of snakes, they're gonna kill everyone. So they kill everything, they eat everything, and they are really intelligent and hardworking because in the last 40 years they have taken over the world. First they thought they were like some imitators. Now they are innovators. They've taken the technology, and the next 30 years 40 years they'll rule the world. So they'll conquer the world. And at this present time, if you look at it, the Chinese, out of 184 countries of United Nations, all the countries in the world, they have got investments in roads in 138 or 140 countries. Just imagine that. So what they do is they build their roads, their tunnels. This is what the Prophet ﷺ was saying about the hole. This is about, if you circle it, circle means a tunnel, and the tunnel they're digging. And you know that for the dams you need tunnels. So there are many dams in China. You can guess we got one or two in Pakistan, Mangla Dam where we are, and where Tarbela Dam, or another few small dams, about 5, 6, 3, 4 maybe, or 5, 6. 10, you can say 20, 100, no, 200, 300, no, 400, no, thousands, no, 20,000. They've got so many dams, more than 20,000, 30,000, no. If I tell you, you have to hold your breath. At this present time, they've got 87,000 dams in their country. So 87,000 dams, it's a lot. So obviously this is what the Prophet ﷺ said, that when they'll come, people will say there's no water, because what happens is that when there's water, when the river is flowing, they change the course. So people will say, well, there was a dam here. Where was a river? There's no river, it's dry. So that it means, in one sense, that they've taken the water, and they are holding at this moment, they are in control of Tibet, which holds the highest mountains, and all the waters flow down Pakistan and this river Sindh, and all these, they're on top of it. So they're going to squeeze everyone. You watch in the next 40 years, inshallah, you will see, because this is a prophecy that the Prophet ﷺ said, and Allah mentions in the Quran. So this has to be true. It's already written. All is that people will find out when the time comes and when the veils are lifted, but that'll be too late. So the China is Yajooj and Majooj, because the Chinese are two tribes. You see, Gog and Magog. If you look at the Chinese language, is always Gong, Magong, Pong, Tong, Zong. That the one satellite, the mobile that you're in Pakistan. So if you, I also done a research. Just to tell you, that the Chinese were two tribes. The one was People's Republic of China, which is known as Zhonghua, Renmin, Gonghua. So I always say to you, in Santa, and if you unlock the words, it's Satan. So if you Zhonghua, you read it, G-O-G is Gog, and then you say Renmin, Gonghua. So one was People's Republic of China, and one was Republic of China. So they fought. The one was Mao Zedong, so they killed everyone, and the other one, Republic of China, fled. The other brother, the other tribe, they fled to Taiwan, Taiwan, or China, Taipei they call it, Taiwan. There's a big war, big tussle going on between America and China at the moment. So they went to Taiwan. So the Republic of China went to Taiwan, the other tribe, and there are some members of the tribe are there, and the main tribe is that the People's Republic of China is called Zhonghua, Renmin, Gonghua, and the Republic of China is called Zhonghua, Manghua. So if it's always G, so if you put Z Zong, that Zong is in Pakistan, the satellite, the mobile network, but G-O-G, Gog, and the Manghua, M-A-G-O-G, is Gog Magog. So this is another evidence I give you in that they are the ones, because they are a different people, and if you can see them, all the Chinese, they black hair. How they get black hair, And they're young, they're not fat people. So they work hard, and one of the amazing thing is, because I've been following them, and they have taken over America, and in the next 30 years they will take over America. Their 100 years of rule, independence, will finish on 2049.
Okay, so before that, there's no day of judgment. I'm afraid. So this I'm giving you an example is that before that there will be no day of judgment. So 2050 they will rule the world, and Allah knows best when they will be unleashed. But at this present time, they are in 184, 138 countries. They're in Africa. They're in the Pacific Ocean. They're in Pakistan. They're in India. They're everywhere, and their technology is higher. They're gonna, militarily they are superior. And the next 15 years, they will, they will, defeat every country on this face of the earth. America just finished. Donald Trump is an idiot, and I'm sorry to say, I shouldn't say that he's a president. I take my words back, but they will not face him. They couldn't face him. Pakistan, Imran Khan is nothing as well. These are just puppets. Basically, what this CPAC is all about is not about Pakistan. It's about China's, gateway to get hold of Middle East, get the oil. That is the reason. You see, if you remember, if you're knowledgeable, and if you're in history, when the Soviets invaded Afghanistan in the 70s, they were landlocked, so they wanted access to the Arabian Sea, but they defeated them. Now the Chinese have become as economic partners, but in 50 years time they'll be economic masters. They will take over Pakistan. They will take over the kid. They'll defeat the Pakistani army. They will defeat everyone. Indian army is nothing to them. So they will take all the countries away, and this is what they're doing in each country. They're bribing them, they're giving them money. This is all corruption, you see. This is corruption. The Chinese are doing a corrupt way, as all the nations have done it. Is Yajooj and Majooj is a name given to a psychology which is all about corruption and killing and power. You see, the Americans have done it. They bribed, they've killed many people. They're ruling it, yes, indirectly with money, and holding people ransom. Similarly, the British did the same. These England that we're living is so cozy, you people are and you children are, but they plundered the wealth of India and Pakistan. There was one India at that time, and according to the new research, I must give credit to the Indians who done research. They said 43 trillion they looted from India and brought it here to Pakistan, and that was the revolution, the factories they were making, and people and labor, and we worked in factories, and the World War, and that's how they are rich. They plundered the wealth of Africa. They took all the gold, just Rhodesia, Zimbabwe. That's why people don't like them, because people. This is Yajooj and Majooj is a psychology. Like the Mongolians came, they plundered the wealth. Then English came, 100 years of England. Then America of 100 years. Now it'll be the 100 years of China, I'm afraid. So I don't know whether they dominate. Allah will keep them for 100 years. Allah knows best. But this is the new Yajooj Majooj of this world, and they will. If you look at it and watch it, you'll see they'll take over the technology. They'll take over 5G. They'll take everything, and they'll eat everything. Those that were making the CPAC on Pakistan, just imagine people see the local in Punjab, will see that all the cats have gone, all the dogs have gone, all the snakes have gone. So they'll plunder the wealth. And there was a recent article somewhere I read 2 3 months ago, 6 months ago, that they took girls to China in terms of marriage, and married them, and then they put them to prostitution. So these are people that I always I have been in researching them from a long time, and I've concluded that these are the new Yajooj and Majooj. And if you leave the Maulvis to whatever they're doing, but you just be careful and watch China as they come onto the stage now. These leaders will change.